allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Ray Steiner?
Yes.
Jason Franks?
Yes.
Steve Jordan?
Yes.
Ken Reinhardt?
Yes.
Dean Reister? Yes. And do I say yes?
No. He doesn't do roll call. You just
Okay.
might want to note in the minutes that Jan is unable to be here today due to a medical reason, and so that's why Dean is.
Brian Smith?
He better do a good job.
Yeah.
Motion to adjourn.
Nice try.
Okay, any questions on the regular meeting minutes?
I don't have any. Anybody have any? I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Is that Jason?
Yep.
Kenny Reinhardt?
Yes.
Jason Franks?
Yes.
Bryce Steiner?
Yes.
Steve Jordan?
Yes.
Dean Reister? Oh, sorry, I'm gonna put a line for you, Dean. And
For you.
Brian Smith?
Yes.
Does he sign this? Anybody? Jan does?
No, just council members.
No, minutes.
Oh, yes, he will sign that.
And then there's also special meeting minutes. Any questions on the special meeting minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion by Kenny, second by Brian
Yes.
Smith.
Yeah.
Go too fast for me.
Kenny Reinhardt,
Yeah.
Brian Smith,
Yes.
Bryce Steiner,
Yes.
Jason Franks,
Yes.
Steve Jordan.
Yes.
Any questions on disbursement?
I thought I did, but I didn't.
Let's get back today, right? Can I get a motion on the minutes? I mean, on the financials?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Kenny Reinhardt,
Yes.
Steve Jordan.
Yes.
Bryce Steiner,
Yeah.
Jason Franks,
Yes.
and Brian Smith.
Yes.
George isn't here. Welcome visitors.
Me? Again? Okay.
Is George supposed to be coming? Do we don't know?
We are doing the second reading on ordinance number 2022-19, an ordinance adopting the floodplain regulations for the village of Antwerp, Ohio. That's the second reading. The RETA report is looking better today. For the month of June that we receive in July, we had a total of $43,393.19 deposited, which was $9,531.94 more than last year during the same month. However, we're still down $14,486.54 from what we received through July in 2021 to 2022. And I'll let Mel explain the next thing on my.
So when Amy turned everything into the Board of Election on the renewal levy for fire protection and emergency medical services, the Board of Election, they review the ballot language, it's renewal, so they compare it to prior years. There were words, I'm gonna do my air quotes, providing and maintaining, that was in reference to the purpose for fire protection and emergency medical services. I mean, it's right before it says fire protection and emergency medical services. Those three words were not in the prior ballot language, so it cannot be in the one since it's a renewal. So the Board of Elections has already corrected it. They've already had Amy initial the change, removing that providing and maintaining from the ballot language, so we're all set, everything's moving forward. I would just recommend a motion for our minutes that ratifies Amy's actions, approving that change, and then also council's approval of the removal of that language, providing and maintaining. in reference to the renewal levy purpose in resolutions 2022-01 and 2022-03 of the ballot measure. Just so for this point going forward, we've already corrected it, so it's not done when
So
it's in
you want a
renewal.
motion that it was okay for Amy to do that?
A motion to ratify her approving those, changes on the ballot measure and to approve the removal of that phrase, providing and maintaining, maybe it's good I'm on camera since I'm doing my air quotes, in resolution numbers 2022-01, 2022-03, in reference to that purpose for fire protection, emergency medical services. Purpose is not changing, it's still that purpose, but just taking out those 3 words
But just for this particular thing?
just for that
Yes.
renewal levy.
Well, I'll make a motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
You said.
That's fine. Is that Jason Franks?
Yep.
Sorry, I don't know your voices yet. Kenny
Sorry.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Jason Franks,
Yes.
Bryce Steiner,
Yes.
Steve Jordan,
Yes.
and Brian Smith. That's it for me.
George, you wanna do your police report?
You all have a copy there in front of you, is there any questions?
How goes the hiring process at all?
We're still looking, we've had a couple people that's shown interest, but nothing yet.
No, okay.
We're looking.
I thought I seen in the financials you've got an ad running in Alden Progress, is that,
That's done now.
Yeah.
It was the Crescent.
was it the Crescent?
Mhm.
Did we do any other papers?
That goes on the internet. It goes to like, a big audience on the internet. It's the same place that most of the papers will go to, so we just take the one.
Thanks, George.
Thank you.
Administrator's report, I guess?
Short and sweet. One of the things I want to bring up is the park board had met recently, the committee, and one of the things we talked about was the horseshoe pits, and that they're kind of just repair, and they haven't been used in like over 10 years. So the park board wants to remove them, fill it in, and seed it. I spoke with Mark Greenwood, because I assumed it was probably a Boy Scout project, and it was. And he said he had no problems with it either. He said they haven't been used probably in 10 years. So I just wanted to let council know we're gonna take those out and clean that up.
So who's gonna take it out, the Boy Scouts?
No, just Curtis and I and Bill and
Oh, okay.
Chris will just go out and take them out. I don't think it's,
Yeah, there's no big deal.
yeah,
Yeah.
a couple of boards and 2 spikes on each one, so.
Yeah.
We also had, and Kenny will probably refer to this in his committee report, Schaefer Road. We had a committee meeting on June 28th, and we talked about, with Dennis Miller from Olmay Valley, some options that we may have in order to address the issues on Schaefer Road. And one of the things that I did after the meeting was I contacted a construction company that has done work for the village recently and in the past. And he happened to be in town the next day, and he took a look at it. I should be getting a quote from him. He believes we actually could probably make the repairs and grind the road and resurface it for between $100,000 and $150,000. So there's,
Is a lot cheaper than what?
he believes that the biggest problem that the road has is that it just has poor substructure. It just wasn't built correctly to begin with, which is probably the case because of the number of homes that was on it. So I'll get some pricing. Our hope is that we will file with state for a CDBG loan, or excuse me, a CDBG grant. We would file in September of this year, and then once awarded, if we're successful, it would be payable summertime of next year, so we can do the work next summer.
I did go down there, was it yesterday? It was raining real hard.
Mm-hmm.
But there wasn't any water laying in, what's it, Susie's yard?
No, it drains well with the,
Yeah, there was, yeah. I don't know where it's going, but when they.
Well, there's that catch basin down there by that one pole, but
Yeah,
it drains well,
With
just.
that being done, will that be a through street then, or will we have it just exit and entrance?
I've got it priced that they would do the repairs where you have to stop now. Now, because what they're gonna do is they're gonna dig down probably 4 or 5 feet, dig the road up, and then put new substructure back in. And then do it, and then take and go all the way around to Harmon. And that's one price. And then the other price is just to grind and pave the other piece. So we'll have a choice. We can either make it just as it is and fix it, or we can cut it off and there's, it's not a through street, you get dead end. It's probably simpler just to make a through street, because that's what it's been. But
yeah, we have to do something anyway. Yeah, we went down there and it's pretty bad shape. Well, you've been down there.
Yeah.
So we should have some pricing. I was kind of hoping by today, but I know they're all busy, so. That's the extent of my report.
Committee reports? Just Kenny's?
Well, I had.
Pretty much the same report?
Brian pretty much covered everything that I had.
Anything added from your,
Yeah.
you was on the committee, what?
I've got pictures of it, and, there's definitely a place where the river, the road has collapsed, and it looks like there's water been passing through at 24 inches from the edge, which caused that erosion, the base to go away. It looks like that's it. Once you get to the other part, from 8 foot over down, it actually looks fine, because it's just cut all the way down. And I think after that, I think it's fine, so it's just a matter of probably correcting whatever's causing that erosion and then fixing the road.
Do you know when they ever put tile into there? Do
That
you
was a
remember?
public
I don't.
services committee, I believe.
Yeah, I don't either.
I would have.
Because it could be a broken tile that's doing that, but
Public services committee.
I don't
Yes.
It's obvious
ever remember
somebody
doing
has
anything
done
down
some
there.
work.
Well, the only tiling that there is you have a crossover for a drain on Susie's side,
Right,
and it just shoots out the side of the hill.
right.
But where you thought there was a pipe, that's not a pipe, that's just an erosion.
just an
Along
erosion.
there.
Something
Yeah.
is causing
Well,
that to
it's
collapse
just,
right
yeah,
there.
I mean, the
obviously it's
road
water,
and the
but
water
why-
migrates down off the surface of it and
Yeah.
stuff.
We were wondering whether water pocketed in Susie's yard because it comes up like that.
Mhm.
And like I say, I went down
Yeah, it
there,
does.
it rained pretty hard yesterday, went down there, there wasn't any water laying at all.
There was on other streets.
Finding its way over that road.
Yeah, I don't.
That's
I
for
don't
another
remember.
meeting.
I don't have, but it's obvious somebody has done some work. Whenever.
Well, I'm sure there's one in there, but I don't know when it would have been put in.
But anyway, the guy that Brian's been in contact with, hopefully he can fix it.
Mhm.
All right, let's move on to old business.
I got something, it's very old, it's so old it might be considered new business. So if anybody else has any old business, go before me and then I'll.
No, we don't.
Okay. So Scout Hall is above us in this room here. I wanna go back, they told me 15 years ago, for insurance reasons, they haven't been able to use that room up there for anything other than, it's basically a storage room. They would like to be able to have meetings there. Back 15 years ago, they had taken steps to try and make it legal so that they could, I don't know, legal, insurance reasons. Insurance company didn't have an extra fire escape.
That was the
And,
main thing.
Oh, so you remember this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I
good.
do too.
So they got with Volcraft. Volcraft made the fire escape. They still have it. I'm wondering if there's something we can do to kind of move that forward so they can use that room again.
You say there is a fire escape made?
There's one made by Volcraft, and I talked with Mark Greenwood, and he said that because they didn't have an architect print certifying it, they weren't able to put it up and use it. If that's all that's needed, I mean, I could contact people and maybe see if I can get that done. But I'm just kind of wondering if you could contact the insurance company and find out what they need for it to be in compliance today. what all we need to do.
Well, you're gonna have stamped state prints in order to install, and that's not gonna be the issue. So you gotta hire an architect.
Yeah.
You gotta do the drawings, they have to come, the state has to inspect.
Yep.
First
And
time's never a winner.
Yeah, I think Volcraft, I think they had their engineer make prints for it,
Okay.
so,
I'm sure it's built good.
Yeah,
if
it-
Volcraft did
and it's, Mark's still storing it out there. I mean, he said it's,
I didn't know
No.
that, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you
I
did?
just knew that it was denied because of the
Oh,
not being approved by the state.
okay.
yeah, so I'd kinda like to push it forward and see if we can get it buttoned up and help
Okay.
them out. You walk up in that room and it's just a storage area now.
I was just up there the other day for the first time, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
It's pretty bad up there.
Yeah.
well, I didn't actually, I told her, I said, I think I'll turn this into my office.
They need
It's
a
roomy.
VFW now.
Is there
Yeah.
heat up there?
The air conditioning was blowing up through the vent in the floor.
Yeah,
Really?
my speaker system's gonna yell to the vet, Brian, someone's here to see you. We got it all planned.
And how's the stair steps? Are they pretty good?
Yeah, we take,
I didn't see any problem with
yeah,
it.
every year we go up there and get the Pinewood Derby track and bring it down
Uh-huh.
in about 4 sections, and we go up and down those stairs, and the stairs are fine.
It's nice, it's just dirty up there.
Yeah.
It just doesn't get taken care of.
We'll tell Brian he can have his office, that way he can clean it up and then you.
No,
I think
I don't want an
they-
office that big.
I think they'd like to do projects up there too to make it nicer, and it'd be a great opportunity for some of the scouts to do Eagle Scout projects up there to refurbish it too. And there's just a whole lot of good things that can come out of it. So I guess we start with insurance, and I mean, if you need anything from me, let me know, and I'll do anything I can.
Well, if we can get the prints that Volcraft has and stuff, I could reach out to an architect or two and just ask them what they would cost to finalize the prints
Yep, that'd be great.
to submit to the state.
Yep, that'd be great. That's all I have.
Any other new business? I don't have a mayor's report since I'm just pro tempore today. We'll just have to cover that on the next meeting if she's got one from this month. So we can look for a motion for adjournment.
I'll make it.
I'll second.
Jason Frank,
Yep.
Kenny Reinhardt,
I would
Brian,
just swear.
Kenny Reinhardt,
Yes,
Steve Steve Jordan,
Yeah.
and Brian Smith.
Yes.
Hey, Jason, will you stay second?
We have a record.